some people, the idea of owning a Yamaha might come as a surprise. But the real surprise is in finding out how easy and how much fun it is to ride.
There's something about an old motorcycle that captures the imagination. They aren't just machines, they're a way to connect to the past. But why, in a world of modern technology, do so many riders choose to buy old motorcycles? First, let's talk about nostalgia. There's just something about owning a motorcycle from a bygone era. These bikes connect us to the golden age of motorcycling, a time when the world was a little bit simpler, and the road was a gateway to freedom. Many see these motorcycles as more than just vehicles. They're pieces of history. For a rider, it's not just about getting from a point A to point B. There's something raw, unfiltered, about the experience of riding an older motorcycle. Older motorcycles are unique in their handling, the way the cable throttles and cable clutch feels versus electronic ones. They make every ride an adventure. They have their character, a personality, and that's what makes riding them so special. Older bikes have a distinct sound, unfiltered. They're not choked by rigorous emission standards. The simplicity of older motorcycles is another big draw. Older motorcycles are easy to work on. There's less complex electronics. With most older bikes, you can get away with a few common hand tools and be able to do most repairs. And for many, maintaining or restoring these bikes is part of the fun. There's something incredibly satisfying about bringing a neglected motorcycle back to life, whether it's the challenge of finding original parts or fine-tuning the engine to perfection. But it's not just about the ride. For many, owning older motorcycles takes them back to a place and time. Every scratch, dent, rust mark tells a story, a history of an adventure. There's also a sense of community. Whether you ride a Triumph, a Honda, a Harley, there's a big community invested in each particular motorcycle. There's a community of people who just won't let these machines die. For many, it's just cheaper to own older motorcycles instead of new ones. Sometimes buying an old beat-up motorcycle and just spending a few nights in the garage fixing it up and tinkering with it is worth its weight in gold. Back in the 80s and 90s, riding motorcycles used to be an affordable hobby. Now, motorcycling has become a lot more expensive. Now, not that there's anything wrong with new tech. Traction control, ABS, wheelie control, all of those systems have saved plenty of lives, and they only get better over time. But for a lot of riders, some of these electronics are seen as either complex and expensive to repair, or some can even seem intrusive. Now, I'm not gonna lie, as bikes get faster and more powerful, electronics definitely are pretty important to have on these bikes. So whether it's nostalgia or the thrill of the ride, there are many reasons why people buy older motorcycles. For some, it's about reliving the past. For others, it's about the connection and craftsmanship. Whatever the reason, these bikes are more than just machines. They're a part of a larger story, and the journey is never quite finished, because when it comes to older motorcycles, the road never ends.